keep starting me. As long as you start starting, I mean, I really don't know too much of this song.
I don't know too much of that song.
I'm gonna keep finger popping.
I know it's the chorus.
I even threw a little shoulder for you. Right. Yeah, okay.
I need to do that lady.
Hey. And I can just give you the background.
I can't remember shoulder. I can't remember popping shoulders. It says a little bit of
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Three Lines Talk. I am your host, Frnand, the great, the revolutionary, the extremely extraordinary, talented, handsome. Ooh, must I go on? I could.
Ooh, he could. Alright, it's your girl Breezy, the entrepreneur, the poet, Florence Ballard of These Supremes.
And it's your girl Jazzy. I'm gonna keep it classy. I'm not gonna say too much. Welcome to Three Lines Talk.
Boom, boom.
Alright, so let's get into it.
Oh,
a hot topic, just, that has been storming the media.
We like these hot topics, huh?
We do, we love something
They hot.
This is exposing season 3 Lines Talk edition.
Yeah.
Everybody is getting exposed. Nobody is off limits.
Nobody.
The end of 2018 ushered in 2019 exposing season.
And if you don't believe us, go check out our last videos. We are exposing Jussie Smollett, Surviving Frnand, R. Kelly,
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Anybody can get it. Everybody getting it. Let's expose. Let's do what we exposing.
We must say
what?
That Jussie Smollett was acquitted of those charges. We're
going
to throw that out there, but that's not what this video is about.
Right,
we're going to throw that out there.
We got to expose some more though.
Yeah, so, okay, in the case of Varsity Blues, okay, if you don't know, it's about the cheating scandal surrounding 50 people in total, but there's 33 parents. And amongst those 33 parents are noted actresses Felicity Huffman from Desperate Housewives and Lori Loughlin from Full House. Now, they're cheating on the SAT scores, and then they're acting like they're academic recruit, well, not an academic recruit, an athletic recruit for the athletic department, and they're getting accepted. Now, I remember going through college, I had to be, had to do good in high school, or at least the last 2 years of high school, and then, you had to be in different type of organizations so that they could see that you are just not academically driven, well-rounded person.
Scholar.
Right. And so I remember applying to different schools, paying the admittance fee, sending transcripts, doing all of that, waiting on the letters, opening up the letters, getting accepted, not getting accepted.
All that process.
Right. I remember that process. And
so these kids are not going through that process.
I mean, I feel like they're not, but they are. But they're not, because their parents are allegedly they are accused of getting people to take SAT exams for them in place of their kid. They are paying off coaches, recruits, administrative people to get these admittance applications accepted, and then they're even going as far as taking pictures of their kid,
in these staged
photos for their sport, which they do not play. Now,
so not only is it staged, but your background you play the damn sport.
Right.
That's crazy.
Now,
the link that people will go to.
I don't really feel no type of way as being someone who went through the experience, because I'm sure if my parents were fortunate enough to have those type of platforms, I'm sure they would have donated tremendous amount of money for whichever institution I wanted to go into. And saying that, I feel like a donation on its own is a bribe. You know what I'm saying? So if my family donated $50,000 to Prairie View, which I went to school I went to.
Shout out to Prairie View.
Well, I gotta say
PV, if y'all was a PV, y'all would know to say But
what we do know
is that they was paying money.
That part.
To get their kids you know, a higher academic standing than what they actually have. And I feel like
such a bad thing,
it's not really a bad. I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's a blue collar crime. I don't feel like they should be charged with mail fraud, which is a felony offense. Or I don't feel like they should be charged with racketeering.
Man, they said racketeering. I'ma blew my brains back. I said racketeering.
I'm picturing Felicity in her clutching her purse.
I think of the mob. Like, when you say racketeering, you think of organized crime.
Yeah.
And is this crime really organized? Because it wasn't like they all went up together and was like, okay, I'm going to get my baby, you get yours in. I mean, they probably know each other from various sources in a sense.
From the industry.
Right, but it wasn't, they didn't organize this together and go at one time. And then who are they hurting? I mean, really, who are they hurting by doing this? Like we said before, if I had the money, shit, I'd donate a library, a science lab, a computer lab for my baby too. Which I'm probably every school has one. So if you're gonna talk about them, you need to talk about people who donated all like. You was not donating that amount of money just because.
You in like with the school.
You unconscious, right. I mean, let's be for real. If I'm going to donate a science lab to anybody or anything, when my child get of that age or my nieces and nephews get of that age, you best believe they're going to enjoy the fruits of that shit.
And
like,
speaking
come on,
of science lab, that goes to, if you do not know, Dr. Dre had posted on his Instagram a picture of him and his daughter holding her acceptance letter into USC, University of Southern California. Now, upon little research, not my research, but the Wendy Williams team research, her bureau, they found out that Dr. Dre, along with another producer, donated $70 million to USC to build a science department, a science building. Now, under the picture, he quoted, "She got in on her own merit, no jail time." How is that different than Felicity Huffman, Lori Loughlin, and the other people? How is that different from them paying $15,000 or $500,000 to the school or to any other entity to get their kid in that school?
Right, because at the end of the day, they're just planting a seed.
Right.
Some are larger than others.
And how do you know your daughter got into USC on her own merit and it wasn't your donation that was the driving force behind them saying, you know what, I don't even want to look at her grades. Her daddy helped contribute $70 million to our building.
Right. But however, when it does come to the SAT, I do feel like any participant that contribute in assisting the students get a higher score, I definitely think they should be, penalized in a certain way. I definitely think that they should see their judgment. Because the SAT was
hard as fuck. I remember going to Justin F. Kimball to
take
my I never went to high school, but to go take my SAT, and I mean that shit was like. It was easy, but it wasn't easy. It was like, oh my God.
You have to mentally prepare yourself. You have to study.
You have to
all of
mentally
that builds
prepare
endurance.
yourself.
Having someone else do it for you, what does it really say about,
But some people, they need to be given that chance to academically, to collegiately, I guess, express their whatever they can contribute to that community as far as a campus and at school. They have to be given a chance, and if they couldn't take the test to prove that they were worthy, how are you to say that in a sense that you're not robbing them of an education?
Oh, further education.
So who's to say that they wouldn't have been able to get in on their own merit if their merit wasn't measured by the test? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Everybody not good test takers.
Right.
Some people do really. I remember being in school. A lot of people did really good in class, but when it came to the test, you just fall apart.
And that
could definitely be the case with these kids right here. I just go back and look at the grades. Now, if you see that they've been flunking all through high school and they got this perfect score, okay, now some not.
But no, I can't even say that. We had kids in my school that had behavioral issues, so the teacher would always put them out. And they could not even learn, so they couldn't prove with their grades that they were worthy. So when that test comes, yeah, they may make a perfect score. But I just feel like the 33 parents that were caught up in it, I feel like they should probably be fined. And I feel like the kids, because some of the schools want to take away the kids' degrees who have already graduated, and some of the schools want to stop the kids from continuing classes. Now, I feel like if you can prove that they themselves paid or had any actual knowledge of the parents doing, then of course do what you will. But until you can prove that, keep their accredited degree and keep them enrolled in your school.
Absolutely.
How you cannot penalize a child for the parents'
actions. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
And it's just a very sad thing. And I don't feel like it's a white thing or a black thing. I feel like everybody wants an education, or everybody feel like an education is deserved. So for the people who, they could have said, okay, I feel like I'm not smart enough, but then they could be like, well, y'all let this black, because they do that, you know, they have to fulfill a certain amount of African American students, minorities, they have to fill that percentage. So if a smart kid and a black kid is, you know, the last two, the black kid will get it if they don't have enough tokens. So
tokens.
You see, comma verbiage.
That's it.
Comma verbiage.
I wasn't gonna say, but I ain't gonna touch it. That's a whole nother thing.
It is
but
a whole
that
nother
said that
thing.
even to this day, we still have to have a quota for this, because let you know that. Let me stop.
No,
we ain't got time for that though. But y'all, we gonna, man. I already got the next episode down for that too.
So keep the hot topics, baby.
Man,
yes.
Y'all know where I was going with that though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just feel like let them off the hook with a fine, and then the other odd number of people who actually ran it and set it up and organized it, charge them with racketeering. You know,
Absolutely.
If you can prove it,
Right.
charge them with it.
But somebody suing somebody.
It's a parent of one of the students who got denied from one of the universities. She is suing everybody involved in it on the belief or the stance that if they didn't do what they did, her kid would have got in. And I don't necessarily agree with that.
What proof do you have? How do you
Exactly.
know that?
Show me some proof.
How do you know for sure that your child was going to be the next one in line? Like, not in the line, but the very next one.
Right.
Like you're saying, what's the lady name? Desperate Housewives. Right. If she hadn't did this, my child was guaranteed gonna be the next one. If you can't prove that, what grounds do you really have to stand on as a guarantee that your child was gonna be the next one to get in?
I feel like they shouldn't have did it
People
with
been buying
athletic scholarships. They should have did it just like.
We do this in real adult life. Money talking bullshit run a marathon. Let's be for real.
And I mean, schools,
you got the money,
they've been
you can buy
bought
damn
for
near
years.
anything.
Everybody know that if you give school some money, you got a chance.
You better say they wanted to give it to the college because these people all this money. They could have went ahead and said, "Fuck the college. I'm just gonna give somebody the money to make a degree."
Well, the schools are not being charged with any wrongdoing. Let me put that out there. It's just the people behind the scenes, like some of the coaches and the some of the administrations, but the school on the total is not being charged. So please, again, you guys, we show you support by trying to deliver the content you want. So come show us support on our many platforms. We have Apple Podcasts, we have Pocket Podcasts, we have Breaker Podcast, we have Radio Public, we have Spotify, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have many platforms that will suit you. You know what? And we're also hosting an event here in the DFW area, Arlington to be exact. We are hosting a poetry and cocktail social/poly event. Come out and support us April 28th. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Come show us love.
Yes.
Come educate. Well, not educate yourself, but you will educate yourself.
You're gonna need some knowledge.
You will.
Network, mix, mingle, BYOB. Catch us there April 28th. It is a Sunday. And Catch us next time with some more exposure, exposing season.
It's in full effect here at Three Lines Talk, and we would love to shoot the shit with you, but we are out of time. Later.
Peace.